Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wentz going to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Wentz. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Eagles.
On first down, Wentz. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Clock now to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
He's brought down at the
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Now James returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second, but maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of
23 yards, the final tally.
Philadelphia.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Well done from the safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. He'll fire it deep for Rager. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Fletcher Cox on
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Locke working out of the gun. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. 3rd down here.
Incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A run with Lindsay out of the gun. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Locke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throw outside by Locke. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos 3, Eagles 0.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Got a man, that's complete to Hamilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 yards there, and a Denver 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Locke looks to throw it again. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Here's Locke to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Okay, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you to the end zone and get you 6?
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Scene 6. Check 59, right?
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Philip Lindsay, the ball.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They look to throw. It's Locke. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Now Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Locke. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown Broncos. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, we'll see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little...
On Wentz is intercepted yet again.
Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
After the turnover, here's Locke. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Gordon. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The sack there by Brandon Graham coming in and bringing him down to the ground.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
For Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
29-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
From the gun, block. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
2nd and 6.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz.
And quickly finding Rager.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
1st down.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
The pass there complete to Sutton and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
Operating from the gun. Lock. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my... shoulder, but he also hears that second voice in his head, his head coach and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man, don't do that.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. They'll run. It's Sanders. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Another run here with Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On 2nd down and 4. Locke. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, dog. Mike
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to air one out. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Locke on the give. It's Lindsey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Locke. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
At the 40-yard
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Locke. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. They'll run here with Lindsey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
The 45-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Eagles first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Complete to Alshon.
23 yards on the play.
Goal.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And it's caught. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. To give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Kickoff for Philadelphia.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
2nd and 8.
To throw it is Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
brings up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe.
So out comes the field goal team once more. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27.
33.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And a coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
It's 3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
35 the mark. Watch the curve.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
17-yard
from the gun. It's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here's James. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
10-10 at their own 23-yard line.
And now on is the field goal unit. And boy, this is speculative at best. Crazy. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Goes 40.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.